Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, May the 20th. Captain Marty here. Got all kinds of things to talk about in the fishing report today. This is what we love. We are in May. May's a great fishing month on the Outer Banks. And I'll tell you what some of your options are when I come back in just a moment.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine or repair, I send them to the best, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Belhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Suzuki outboard dealer. Suzuki motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock whenever you're ready. Ratcliffe Marine is also the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Suzuki serviced, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264 in Belhaven.
So we'll get started. We'll talk about the offshore fishing in Hatteras first, which is what we always do, and then we make a big loop around to Oregon Inlet, back in the back country, and over to the Western Sound. Keep in mind, at the end of today's segment, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about expectations for offshore fishing. I had an interesting conversation about that yesterday. I want to share it with you. So anyway, in Hatteras yesterday, really good mahi or dolphin fishing, both gaffers and bailers. That means both big and small. Dolphin great to eat, fun to catch, probably the most beautiful fish in the ocean. They jump, and there is no way you can't fix them. Grilled, blackened, fried, broiled, baked, smoked, raw. I know, cancel raw. We're not eating dolphin raw. And by the way, dolphin is the Hatteras term and the old style term, and actually the actual biological name for these fish. They are fish dolphin, not mammal dolphin. Mahi is more politically correct, especially if you're in the restaurant business. They had a few blackfin tuna, and my old buddy Ron Whitaker caught another blue marlin. He's been on a roll after his third place finish in the Hatteras Village Offshore Open. They've been having really good sheephead fishing down there. Some of it around the buoys in the inlet. They're having red drum sight casting all the way up and down the beach, all the way up and into the hook right there at Cape Point. And all of our fleets are seeing a lot of cobia now. It's full court press. Some of them are small, but every once in a while there's one that's a legal size cobia. At Oregon Inlet, I saw my old buddy Barry Daniels on the end game. He had a nice catch of gaffer, in other words, large mahi. He had several wahoo, including one that weighed 49 pounds. The end game's there at Oregon Inlet Fishing Center, and Barry helps us a lot with our information to share with you. So go by and say hi to him. Tell him Cap Marty sent you. They having mixed catches of yellowfin tuna, blackfin tuna, mahi, and then the plan B fish is sea bass and tilefish. There's a little bit of bottom fishing going on. A lot of variety in those catches, but the tuna fishing is a little bit on the hit and miss side. Inshore, I understand they're catching all the bonita mackerel, which I think is an Atlantic bonita is its name. All of them you could want, along with Spanish mackerel, and then the cobia. I did talk to one person I went fishing caught 11 cobia, but only one was of legal keeping size. Nonetheless, when you're sight casting the cobia, that's really fun. Catch and release. They'll get bigger, and I do love to eat a cobia too. A lot of good eating fish in today's report. Actually, there's no such thing as a bad eating fish. An old guy on the headboat told me one time when I was growing up, he said, Marty, he said, any fish is good eating if you know how to cook it. And I thought, okay. But he's also the same guy that on that very day, on his way down to the boat, had found a possum, a roadkill possum on the road, and brought it down and wanted to ask Captain Jake if he could put it in the fish box all day because he was going to eat that thing. And Jake said, heck no, you ain't putting that thing in our fish box. He didn't say heck no either. But anyway, most fish are good eating. All right, now let's jump over to the surf fish and a lot of variety in the catches, thanks to Tony Lombardi from WalkingAngler.com, who covers and sends to me each day what's going on in the surf, the piers, Little Bridge, Oregon Inlet Pier, all those places, the Bonner Pier. But the variety is good. On the Hatteras beaches, we have Spanish mackerel, we have bluefish, we have sheephead, and I'm talking surf fishing right now, sea mullet. We have some of those Atlantic bonitas, and then that's pretty much the same thing going up the beach too. On the northern beaches, seeing those same species, including a few pompano yesterday, and a really good both areas. And I'll divide it into Hatteras Island and then from Oregon Inlet up to the Virginia state line. Both of them had really good bluefishing on metal lures, so that was important. The piers, a couple things from the piers. Jeanette's Pier, good sheephead fishing, a lot of bluefish on metal lures, 63-degree water temperatures. I got a report from Rodanthe Pier, Spanish mackerel, spot, bluefish, also 66 degrees. So we'll take a little break right here, and I'll come back and talk to you a little bit about the backcountry, and we'll talk a little bit about what to expect if you're going offshore fishing.
Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village is the closest spot on the Outer Banks to the Gulf Stream. Just inside Hatteras Inlet, Teachers Lair is fully loaded with bait, tackle, ice, snacks, and drinks for your fun-filled day out on the water. Want to get rigged up to catch the big one? Lee and the gang in the tackle shop can outfit you to catch whatever is eager to get hooked. To see the marina, the tackle shop, or to book a charter, go online to teacheslair.com. Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village. Your fishing venture awaits.
So in the backcountry, the far side of the Pamlico Sound has gotten kind of picky, and it sounds like some of these guys that are really good at that are struggling to come up with a catch. There are still some things to be caught. There are big drum roaming around out there somewhere, and there are some rockfish in the northern sounds. Catfishing is still very, very good for the blue cats, but there's some other stuff we can start talking about now as we see the species list start to increase. Now there's some puppy drum being caught in the sound. Some bluefish as well, back of Rodanthe, and some sheephead. So all of that was really good things to know, and we'll keep an eye on that and let you know that we have guides that do a lot of backcountry fishing, although most of them are fishing around the inlets right now. They're not truly out in the backcountry, but they are fishing on the inside of the inlets, and it's a great affordable option, a great way to go out for a few hours. It's not as trying as a 12-hour day offshore. You might want to go to any major marina and ask about the rates and availability of a backcountry guided boat. Be careful about dealing with anybody online unless you do some due diligence and really do your homework to make sure they're legit. Now, on to the expectations. Talking with one of my old friends yesterday, Captain Dickie Harris, just retired from the charter boat business, sold his boat, the Fantastic. But, Dickie and I talk a lot about what's being caught, and I mentioned it's hit and miss in the Oregon Inlet fleet, which is where I spent most of my career. So one, I want you to keep in mind, these tuna, especially these yellowfin tuna, when they're 40 and 50 pounds and 60 pounds apiece, doesn't take them long to fill up the fish box. The fish box on a standard Oregon Inlet or Hatteras charter boat can hold 500 to 700 pounds of fish. So you're trolling 7 or 8 baits. You hit the tuna really good and get one on every bait, which is a lot of times how they bite. Let's do the math. Let's just say you catch 10 50-pound tunas, 500 pounds. You are a happy camper. If you get a limit of tunas, which is around 18, you might go to the dock early because you got a big chore ahead of you. And that's another subject for another day, but you got to get those fish kept cold, cleaned, packaged properly, and back to Ohio. So keep all that in mind. And now we got the dolphiner moving in, or the mahi. Better mahi fishing in Hatteras right now, and they're coming up with some great catches. Walk the dock around 4 to 5 o'clock in the evening at Teach's Lair, Hatteras Harbor, Odenstock. You'll see some of these fish. And talk to the captain, talk to the mate. So at Oregon Inlet, it's a lot of variety. So you could go out and hit the tuna once or twice and have 500 pounds of fish, or you could not hit them at all and maybe not have anything. You might pick out a few gaffers, and when you see those catches of tilefish and sea bass, that's the Plan B for stuff I mentioned earlier. You know that they're scrapping to come up with a day, which all of our charter fleet is really good, no matter if it's Ocracoke, Hatteras, or Oregon Inlet, at Plan B fishing. When things don't work out with Plan A, they have alternatives. But what I'm telling you is when you go to the marina and you see a boat that had a really good day on those tuna, and you don't assume that that is the norm or that's going to happen to you the next day. It'd be great if it does. You should really hope that it does. But just know that don't put a weight expectation on your catch. The best thing that you can do is have pretty weather, enjoy the day, catch a variety is nice, a few tuna, a few mahi, maybe a wahoo or two, Maybe you even release a billfish in the day. But I know from experience that when people expect 500, 600, 700 pounds of fish, that they can get disappointed in a hurry. So just keep that in mind as you book your boat. Make sure that you, again, do your due diligence, whatever kind of guide you use, whatever kind of boat. We have one of the top offshore charter fleets in the world and also one of the top inshore and nearshore fleets. And they're catching a lot of cobia now. So you got 3 options. Offshore for tuna, mahi, marlin, and wahoo. Nearshore for Spanish mackerel, bonita mackerel, cobia, and red drum and sheephead. And backcountry is a really good place to go out and catch speckled trout, puppy drum, sheephead, bluefish, flounder, spots, croakers, all those kind of things. Plenty of options for you, but do a little research. It will help you out a lot. And again, the best thing, word of mouth is great advertising, but go down there and talk to the captains yourself and before you make a choice. And remember, the biggest boat and the fastest boat are not always the best boat. So keep that in mind. Hope you go out and wet a line with this great fishing, and may the good Lord bless you richly.